I'm Ugo Mbelu, creator, founder of Burble. And Burble kind of started off as was a bored artistic pursuit, but I mean, I like art to mean something. So what we're doing with Burble is we're creating artistic design. It's kind of an art collective that we're using the proceeds to help children in Africa in terms of education and healthcare. So proceeds from every sale go to help the Django Foundation build schools, build fields for children's education, and then healthcare for adults. They do a lot of medical missions, so that stuff really touches me in the heart because my family's from Nigeria. And when you go back there and you see those things, and then you just realize how blessed you are to have this opportunity to even throw a pop-up shop in a place where you work. It's just, I like to count my blessings and try to pass along whatever else we can do.
Have you traveled to Africa?
Oh yeah, I've been to Nigeria plenty of times. So when you just go over there, you just appreciate it because there's just so much love, and you're just like, not everyone has a lot, but the love, the gratitude that just comes from the place, the beauty of it, it could be so much more in my eyes.
And what made you get to the decision of opening this Burble?
Blessings and luck. Honestly, I can say like the idea came up just one night. I just decided I'm going to create a t-shirt, and then pretty soon people started giving me positive feedback on it, and it just turned into this whole thing. And I just thought, like, if this does take off, I'd love to be able to share whatever resources, what's really to my heart. And children, youth education, especially in Nigeria, there's so many that are talented and bright, but they don't have the opportunity. And as we both know, opportunity is something that if you don't have it, doesn't matter how smart you are, how good looking you are, how tall you are, you don't get to fulfill your potential. So the whole thing is just helping children fulfill their potential and putting them in the right position.
So basically you're using your art and capabilities to help others in Africa.
Yes.
Doing the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
That's really nice. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
And did you have any contact with any artists in Africa? Have you ever collaborated with someone?
No, we've yet to do that. So we're working on building more of those relationships. Everyone has their own agendas and different foundations people are already working with. So we're just looking to see who we can team up with and get those things going. But as for now, nothing yet.
How about the contributors? Have you tried looking for fundings and people to help you out?
Yes, so there's a lot of companies who are interested in helping us. They like our mission. So like I mentioned before, we partnered with the Django Foundation. So what we're doing, they're the ones who actually go and do the medical missions and do the youth centers and the schools. So what we're doing is using our leverage, our clout, our cachet to bolster what they're doing, because I believe in it so much, and hopefully taking what they do right now and making it grander because of what we provide on the back end. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the posters coming in, but a lot of those are my family members, friends that just stepped up and said, yeah, we'd love to do something with this. So yeah.
That's a big courage. How old are you right now?
I'm 32.
32. And so, I mean, if you're doing this, what is your income? How do you keep living while doing everything to contribute to others?
Luckily, I'm blessed. This is my side hustle. So I'm blessed enough that I work for our family architecture firm. So we're growing in that aspect. So it allows me the freedom to do something like Burble and continue to build on it without going straight for revenue.
So this is this place, the architect?
Yes, this is our architecture office, Icon and Icon. If you need us for architecture, hit us up. Shameless plug. So.
Cool. And what else can you tell me about where do you want to see yourself in 1 year from now?
1 year from now, I would like to see us partnering with a lot more African artists, even African artists in the United States. You know, just growing the message of what Burble's trying to do, of the creative purpose. And our creative purpose is helping others in Nigeria, Africa, and bringing all of our resources together to see how we can make the world a better place.
Do you feel like you're addressing mostly Afro-Americans here in America, or you're addressing also all kind of ethnicities and trying to really aware everyone's attention, or are you really trying to focus on the Afro-American community?
So it works in an interesting way because I grew up in multicultural neighborhoods. So I'm addressing the whole world, but my personal story is an African American story. So as I'm telling my story, Afro Americans, Nigerian Americans can connect with it easier. So from a connection standpoint and just the ease of it, I believe I'm telling an African American story. But this is truly a world story. There's a lot of people that do the same thing, going through the same problems. Like, I know Nigeria is not the only place that struggles with youth education.
Where did you born?
I was born in Inglewood, California. To Arizona for school. Lived in different cities from time to time, but Southern California has been my home for 32 years. Born to Nigerian parents, so those immigrant parents, they instilled the hustle in us. We know what it is, and hey, this is America. Everyone's an immigrant, so
That's true. And what about, they speak English, your parents?
oh yeah. The funny thing about it, Nigeria was colonized by Britain, so English is like the main language. Then you have hundreds of different dialects within that country of their own native languages and native tongues.
So in Nigeria, most people speak English.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the problem. So what the problem is
Resources.
the resources and having the connections, even just internet connection, and having possibility to work here, networking with LA.
Exactly.
That's another problem,
It's
right?
a huge problem. Like, someone will call me and be like, oh yeah, this is what we're going through right now. I'll be like, okay, I'll send you this. And they'll be like, well, I can't see it because my internet doesn't work. So it's hard to even say, okay, we can work together, because the resources for them to even work with us, little things like that are difficult. So it's about putting the correct infrastructure. So there's not a huge brain drain of people wanting to leave the country to make a better life for themselves, where they can actually build something in the country and know that many people can benefit from what they bring.
So you don't want to bring them here. You want to build their own industry
Oh, yeah.
over there. You want to give them independency, actually, and to be heard also all around the world.
Exactly, because we're a global economy where it's beautiful that we can be in Los Angeles and do business with someone in Dubai or China. And I'd love for someone who says, okay, I can't leave where I am right now, but I can go, I'm in Nigeria, but I can talk to someone in America. And if they like what I deliver, what I have, we can do business, making my situation better here.
Okay, and what do you think the first step you think everyone should take when joining Burble?
Be you. I think that's the whole thing. Just be you. It's kind of why BE, just be. I feel when people are at their most authentic, when someone's authentic, whether I agree with what they do or disagree, I at least respect it. And I feel like that's missing from a whole lot of human interaction, the respecting each other's differences. If I start disrespecting what you do, then that's where dissonance comes in, and that's where we have wars and arguments over things that you realize aren't really that big. They're just subtle differences in how people handle things differently. So, like, the question originally was, what's the first thing coming to Burble? Be you.
So respect is basically the first foundation that this...
So the acronym for Burble is beauty, unity, respect, balance, love, and excellence.
When someone joins Burble, what's his expectations? What does he give and what does he get back?
When they're doing Burble, have purpose behind their creativity. If they also want to do a foundation or support a foundation, that's very Burble. It doesn't have to be the foundation we're supporting. If you want to support the Django Foundation, all the better. More resources to that. But everyone cares about something. So if we can shine a light on your situation, and in turn you return that and shine a light on our situation, that's someone that Burble loves to work with.
So Burble is basically opening doors for collaborating between artists. It's a platform for collaborating.
Yeah, just pure collaboration.
Okay, and what's make the difference than I don't know, say Spotify or any other platform out there to share your work with the rest of the world?
We want to connect the humanity to why we do what we do, because there's always a human element from it. Like the person who creates the raunchiest music in the world, there's a human element in there, and maybe their human element is like, I want to be noticed, I want to be loved, and if that's what their story is, and then they want to help others find that same story, that's their Burble. That's their creative reason. That's their purpose.
So Burble have room for everyone.
Everyone.
All
Everyone.
ages.
Yes, and that's what makes it a hard business, because they say in business, if you don't niche down and if your business is for everyone, then it's for no one. So I don't really consider Burble a business. It's more of a movement. Burble is open for everyone, all ages, all inclusive. You know, if you're just here for beauty, unity, respect, balance, love, and excellence, then you're Burble.
Would you say that it's also a community for to meet friendship and also?
Yeah, so the whole idea of this pull-up shop is to try to get people who don't usually interact into the room together and see what magic comes of it.